This morning, we've got from Best in Tesla, Lars Strandritter, one of the contributors, of course, to the Elon Musk mission, the co-author. He is showing this analysis this morning. He says, according to materials that have been sent to regulators, the vehicle, the the new taxi, robotaxi, will be maybe something like this on the interior. The steering wheel is the most interesting part of this, I think, to me, also still showing a pedal. So the opportunity to change it back and forth from a drivable vehicle into a vehicle that is, 100% self-driving, and then to be able to turn the seats around. So I've liked this concept ever since I think Cadillac might have been the first one to show the kind of a group setting where you could play cards or, enjoy talking to your passengers in the back seat. I like this setup. I think it's a cool idea. I could also imagine a setup where these other two seats aren't there. The front the seats on the left wouldn't be there. And we just only have these with a lot of leg room or maybe a large screen. Of course, this particular view is not showing a screen at all, which is interesting. I think a large screen would be appropriate. Anyway, what do you guys think? So let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is the direction that Tesla will be going with the Cybercab, or do you think that we are looking at something very different with only two seats and maybe a pull-down seat up here in this area when there is more than two passengers? Anyway, one set of concepts. All right, let's go on from here. All right, what do we got this morning? We have got so much going on. We've got a market that is totally confused, can't make up its mind where it's headed at this point. We have Tesla, however, very clear on its directionality. It is up, last time I checked, up $7, where the market is NVIDIA down, NVIDIA at zero, up, down, the market up, down, Dow primarily up. Anyway, we'll take a look at the details of that in about 15 minutes as we get to the end of the show. Chuck Cook says this morning, he says, and by the way, his handle, if you're not following him, he is 𝐤𝐴ZMAN, 𝐐HAZMAN. He says, congratulations to Eric Sredsky and the Tesla AI team for getting actual smart summon deployed to customers for the first time. This is exciting news because ASS contains many of the functions that will contribute new capabilities to FSD in the near future. If you watched the show last night, which you definitely should have, with Nicholas, we talked about this in great detail. This is such evidence of Tesla's strength of their confidence that they've got this thing pretty darn close to ready to go. He goes on to say, reversing capability and good parking lot behavior are two of the things that he would say are so critical. He says, additionally, precision pin dropping in the Tesla app will be an important feature for robotaxi pickup and drop off, as POIs will never be precise enough to function as endpoint. He says, with ASS and wide release next week, the potential impact on Tesla vehicle sales. I'm saying this. Never mind. This is no longer Chuck Cook. Randy is saying, think about this. With ASS and wide release next week, we can see a huge impact on Tesla vehicle sales. Because why? Because, it's got to be a massive thing for people watching the unsupervised vehicle, a driverless vehicle going through parking lots. We're going to see 100,000, maybe more than 100,000 people out there in parking lots all across America, summoning their car and then sending their car with nobody behind the wheel. This is going to attract news coverage. This is going to attract just crowds of people in parking lots asking questions about what's going on. It probably is going to attract a few people screaming and yelling that it's dangerous and their children are, in danger, whatever. But whatever it is, it's going to attract a lot of attention, and that attention is going to be mostly good attention, causing people to go out and buy Teslas. That may be why the stock is up this morning. People beginning to realize that we really are on the way, and the FOMO is beginning. Anyway, Curious Peggy, you probably follow. If you don't, you should. Boy, oh boy, he says the rest of this year is looking juicy for Tesla. Number one, a robotaxi unveil. Number two, the ASS release. Number three, FSD update after update. And then he says FSD number four entering China. Finally, then Cybertruck getting FSD. Cybertruck to be profitable in Q4. That's number six. He says new Model Y variants coming, of course, in the end or the beginning of next year. And then 8, energy in full swing. 9, interest rate cuts. 10, he says quarter 3 and quarter 4 set to be the beginning of growth in earnings. 11, Optimus ramping in the Tesla factory next year. He leaves out 4680. He leaves out what do you call it? Corpus Christi, the beginning of the lithium refining in Corpus Christi. Oh, and there's so many more, but that's a good list. AJ goes on this morning. AJ says this morning, he says, news, the German government reportedly plans new EV incentives of 600 pounds per vehicle. It appears that new incentive is triggered by the VW crisis. If you haven't been following the VW crisis, I don't report a lot on the competition. We did do a story the other day on VW's problems. VW said their president, I think it was their president or their CEO, went before the union, said, look, we cannot guarantee no layoffs. We have about a 2-year period that we can turn Volkswagen around, or else. I don't know what or else means. But VW in big trouble. They are something like 10% of the German economy. Something like 1 out of every 10 people works for VW. I think I got that stat right. Let me know in the comments below. Maybe it's 1 in 20. Either way, it's massive. All right, this is from TCD this morning. That's a online, app, an online media source. It says, as explained by Insider EVs, YouTuber Watt Energy posted a video that features Hans-Jörg von Gemingen-Hornberg, the owner of a 2014 Tesla Model S P85 that has the highest mileage in the world on public record. After the video was posted, an update was added that revealed his Model S has surpassed 2 million kilometers, about 1.24 million miles. The most impressive feat of this million-mile car is the battery power that fueled the journey, whereas the rear motor has had to be replaced 13 times, so about once every 100,000 miles. Over the course of his ownership of the vehicle, it has taken just 4 battery packs to get to this level. That means each battery pack averaged about 300,000 miles. It goes on to say that you can imagine this was a 2014 vehicle, how much the batteries have improved since then, the motors have improved since then, etc. So we'll be looking forward. At the rate we're going on our Model Y, I would have to live to be 200 years old in order to get to 1.2 million miles, but that's okay. Maybe that's my future. From Mario Nothal this morning, he said that's if you want to follow him, it's MarioNawfal. He says, Grok, mind-bending logic master. Grok excelled in logical reasoning tasks, showcasing its ability to handle various scenarios requiring clear and systematic thinking. The model successfully converted units and checked dimensions for postal size restrictions, demonstrating its proficiency in practical problem solving. It also provided correct logical reasoning in scenarios like the killers in the room and a marble in a glass puzzles, further highlighting its strengths in this area. And that comes from Geeky Gadgets. This is Randy Kirk. I think you knew that, but just in case you forgot my name, please hit like, please hit subscribe. I am planning to be at Burbank on 10/10. Maybe we can meet there. Anyway, please like, subscribe, notify, all that jazz. We got, I assume we're going to have, yeah, what's his name? Anyway, this is the night when we have Jeff Lutz. That is very likely to be true. We'll see what happens later today on this wild market week. Holy cow. Anyway, please also Patreon. It would be great to have a few folks decide to support the channel. This is from Market Watch this morning. According to Market Watch, the numbers are that the U.S. trade deficit in goods widened by 6.3% to $102.7 billion, according to the Commerce Department's advanced estimate released Thursday. It is the largest trade deficit since May of 2022. Is that good news? Is that bad news? Well, what it came from was a lot more imports. A lot more imports would suggest that the consumer is doing fine. But it would also say that we didn't keep up with exports. So that means the U.S. is not doing a great job of selling stuff overseas. Economists polled by Econoday were looking for only $98 billion instead of 1.02. So a big miss on that one. That might be something that's impacting the markets a little bit this morning. A key detail, the larger deficit came from a jump in imports, which rose by 6.1 billion. Exports were virtually unchanged. Imports of consumer goods and autos have risen sharply, but a surge in imports of consumer equipment and semiconductors, yeah, we know about that, is one of the big reasons. The report also showed a 0.3% gain in wholesale inventories in July. Again, gain in inventories can be bad or good. Advanced retail inventories were up 0.8%. Excluding autos, retail inventories are only up 0.5%. We've been hearing about the auto inventory increases. If this would indicate that auto inventories are big, are a serious problem, but overall retail's up is this much, not a good sign, I think. But again, they could be planning for, no, it's too early to plan for Christmas. All right, big picture, the trade sector is going to continue to be a drag on GDP in the third quarter. In the April to June quarter, trade subtracted just under 1% from growth, and this is going to continue to be a problem. It's too early in the quarter to predict the likely impact of net trade on third quarter GDP growth and any real confidence, but combining July's advanced goods trade data with some conservative assumptions about the rest of the quarter, penciling in slight deterioration in services trade balance due to the purchase of media rights from the Paris Olympics, it tentatively looks like we knock off about 1% from headline GDP growth for the quarter, according to Alan from Pantheon. Okay, Alan doesn't say if that's a first or last name. Okay, anyway, the JOLTS report is out this morning. Of course, that is your job availability numbers and some other numbers as well. The number of job openings was little change at 7.7 million, but that is down. Okay, it is down. It says little change. It sounds like they're trying to modify, give some, what do you want to call it, some opinion here by little change. But anyway, 7.7 million in the last business day of July. That is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Over the month, hires changed little at 5.5 million. Total separations increased to 5.4 million. Within separations, quits were 3.3, layoffs and discharges 1.8 million. That was little changed again. Sometimes I like them to say it was changed from and to, so we can make the decision. The rate of job openings, hires, and separations for the total non-farm sector was also was excluded from these numbers. All right. Then we have the factory orders coming in from the U.S. Census Bureau. New orders for manufactured goods in July were up exactly as predicted. I don't know where this information, why they knew this in advance, what was happening in the manufacturing realm that would cause them to think it would go up 5% to 592 billion after a 3.3% June decrease. What is with all this massive fluctuation in manufactured goods? This is bizarre. I don't have an answer for that. I wish I could tell you. All right, what is happening with the markets? Let's see if it's continuing to be as bizarre as it was earlier. Okay, it is tending toward the green. We've got the Dow up 97. We've got NASDAQ down 34, S&P up 2.39, and Tesla is now up 8 at 218. We have got Apple down $4.65. You got Google up. You've got the rest of the Magnificent Seven down. At this point, NVIDIA is only down 37 cents. And you've got all of the Cathie Woods up. All right. Like I said, now this looks like, yes, you could be looking at rotation here with the Cathie Woods going up. I don't think I'm not going to be my normal set of information doesn't include the Russell. Maybe I should find a way to include the Russell in here for you. Let's look at the percentages. And now we're also seeing a smoothing off and a little bit downtrend in the overall market. So you got the Dow up 0.2, NASDAQ down 0.33, S&P down 0.05, and Tesla up 3.73. Gotta love that. All right, let's go ahead and look. Bonds, I'm guessing, are going to be down. A pretty good chance of that. Yes, they are. So you've got the 10-year, down 6.2 to 3.782. That's a new low in the recent past. Down 6.2. We have got the 2-year down 10.7 basis points. They are now even, well, 0.3 of a basis point separation, with the 2-year is actually lower by 0.3 of a basis point. So we have a reinversion happening before our very eyes right now. Actually, at this moment, they are exactly the same. So this will be interesting to watch as the day progresses, whether this reinversion continues. This is supposed to be clear evidence of that the recession is starting. You get the 2-month down 2.4, again, completely outside of any reason, way over, still over 5%. You can still get a 2-month treasury for 5.19. You can get a 1-month treasury for 5.233. Not investment advice. Seems nuts to me. All right, as we leave this, they're still exactly the same. All right, so we go to oil next. Oil was dropping yesterday, dropping today. We are now, we do have a 6 handle on Texas Intermediate at 69.59, down 0.6 right now. We got Brent at 73, also down 74 cents. Natural gas continuing up. So you got that at 0.73, up at 2.219. Gold extending its losses from yesterday at 2,520. That's about 40 points off of its all-time high. Silver going up this morning, actually, up 0.52, 28.49. You've got copper down a tad, 0.16, at just over $4, $4.08.5. Okay, what about the Japanese yen? Down strongly this morning, 0.8. The euro, the Japanese yen is down. The euro is up against the, wait, I'm completely backwards. I do this. It's so hard to remember this. The dollar is down against the yen, 0.9%, and up against the euro, 0.326. All right. Bitcoin is crushing, down 1,526 at 56.4. So people are, the Bitcoin overall, to me, looks like it's doing very poorly. And I don't know why. Maybe you can tell me in the comments below why Bitcoin is not doing well at all. All right. So Atlanta Fed's Bostic says officials cannot wait for 2% inflation to start cutting. So there you go. That is a headline worth noting right now. That would sound like a plea that we are going into recession. That's what that sounds like to me. Let's go back and check that. Tesla again one more time, up 9.55. The Dow is up more strongly now. The NASDAQ is almost in the green. The Magnificent Seven, though, continuing to be mixed, with Apple way off right now. Not sure why. There's got to be something going on with Apple right now. But Tesla, 219.91, about ready to break through that 220 level again. We'll see whether that happens later this morning. Remember to join Patreon. Join Patreon. This is really important. This would be a very good thing to do. I know you're sending money off to your favorite candidates. I know this is a bad season to be asking, but this would be a really good time to make Randy feel a little better that you're getting something out of this content and that you're willing to spend a little, $3 a month, $5 a month. Come on, you can do this. All right, I'm not begging. It's not going to affect whether I eat or not. It's my ego that we're talking about here. It has been great talking to you. If I could turn this thing off, I would. What's going on? I can't find the off button. Something is wrong. All right, we're gonna have to find another way.